Hey guys, I'm Kristen. Welcome back to my channel. This week I wanted to share with you all the things I'm doing in my second trimester of pregnancy to help prepare me for a natural birth. By natural birth, I just mean a drug and intervention-free birth experience. And not everyone wants that, not everyone's planning for that, but I am just doing as much as I can during my pregnancy to hopefully prepare me for that. And of course, the end goal is healthy baby, healthy mom, and so however that happens, that's wonderful. But I do think there are some things that have helped me and could help you just by sharing my experience of what I'm doing to prepare for what I hope to be a natural childbirth experience. And before I get started, I just want to say everything I've done is right for my pregnancy. I've cleared it with an OB, a midwife, or my doula, and it doesn't mean it's right for everyone. I happen to have a low risk pregnancy, and you should always check with your medical professionals before implementing anything, especially during pregnancy. You always want to be on the safe side. So with that said, let's get into it. The first thing I did that got me kind of prepared for the idea of preparing my body for a natural pregnancy was I met with a friend of mine who is a doula. Now, she assists with natural childbirth mostly, just helping with pain management and being an advocate for the mom and just helping to explain, as someone who's been through it before, as a first-time mom, this will be my first experience giving childbirth. So someone just who's been there before and has experience helping women, knows what can change, what can happen in birth, and it's just a really wonderful asset for preparing new moms, especially me. I felt so much value in it. I feel like me and so many people I know who just get pregnant, we just have no idea what really happens in the birth experience, or especially what happens leading up to the birth experience. So it's just been a huge asset to meet with the doula. They often assist in natural childbirth, I'll say, because they help with the pain management of going through that labor process. So they can be a great advocate and resource for all things preparing yourself for hopefully what is a natural childbirth, if that's what you're looking for. The next thing I did was, while I had my first appointment with my OB, when everything was declared low risk and I thought I might be a good candidate for natural childbirth, I did switch to midwifery care. So I wanted to be with a midwife. I just wanted a longer office visit experience and more support for a holistic natural birth. I know I could also have that with my OB, but just when doing the research and comparing for myself, I felt like a midwife was at least something I wanted to try to have one appointment with, and I had such a positive experience. And I think if I can go through with a midwife for my birth experience, I just would like to go that path. So meeting with the midwives and having a relationship with them beforehand, I felt really confident in making that switch. The third thing that I did was look into a person called Mama Natural. Now, she has a YouTube channel, I'll link it down below, but just signing up for her newsletter every week and reading her book, where it just kind of prepares you week by week for things that you can be doing for a natural pregnancy. It has just been so informative. She is someone who really believes there's a lot you can do to prepare your body for a natural childbirth, and that preparation made all the difference in her life. And she has since helped so many women to do the same and just prepare their bodies, their minds, and their spirits for a natural birth. She has talked about her first birth experience being really painful, really hard, and just loving her child so much, but knowing she didn't want to go through that experience again. And working and kind of developing through research and experience and talking to other women and seeing what works, what doesn't work. She's just really created a very helpful resource and program to just walk you through things you can be doing. And the most helpful thing I heard from her was that women who prepare their mind, body, and spirit tend to enjoy the childbirth process more and have better outcomes as far as natural pregnancy or natural childbirth goes, in terms of in line with what they were hoping for and expecting, and even feeling more prepared when, if it happened, their situation changed and they needed intervention. But just having their mind, body, and spirit prepared in that way gave them a better outcome, a more positive outcome. And I think that's a big part that leads into my next point, is she talks about really flooding your brain with positive birth stories and positive experiences, because we grow up in life just seeing these torturous childbirth experiences or hearing from friends and family who've had traumatic birth experiences, because it's probably what people are going to talk about. Pain is just a big red flag for us and a big conversation piece for us in our culture. And you just gravitate toward these painful experiences, partly because you want to avoid the pain, but in childbirth, it's kind of inevitable. If you get pregnant, you want to have the child, you want that baby to come out, and there's some birth experience that's involved in that. So flooding your mind with positive experience can really help overwhelm that subconscious programming that we have for birth being a traumatic experience or super painful or out of your control. Looking at women who have done it naturally, looking at the possibilities, that's just another step I'm taking, just trying to flood my brain with those positive experiences so that I know they are possible, that I have tools that other people have used when they've been in those situations to really overwhelm any other subconscious programming I have that says it's painful or unbearable or really challenging, that we just hear. Because when you get in that moment of a heightened emotional response, it's easy to fall back on that subconscious programming of feeling out of control, of feeling like it's going to be super painful and just losing that focus. And she talks about, Mama Natural talks about just preparing your mind and spirit and speaking affirmations to your pregnancy, and the benefit that preparing your mind and spirit does have, because as much as you can prepare physically, there's so much mentally that goes into it. And she talks about her experience of just mentally going to a different place when she needed to. And I've heard a lot of moms talk about once they mentally get to that place of like, okay, we have to have this baby, things change for them. So I know the mind is super powerful. I talk about it on here. If you are also interested in the mind-body spiritual connection, I talk a lot about that on my channel, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications every time I post a new video. Physically, I am trying to do as much to keep myself in a healthy state as possible. That means really prioritizing my sleep, eating tons of fruits and vegetables, lots of healthy whole foods, trying to limit the junk foods and unhealthy foods that can raise your cholesterol or your heart rate or your blood pressure, anything that is just going to take me from a low risk to a high risk pregnancy, I'm trying to avoid. I also spoke with my OB about what I can do to, or my midwife about what I can do to help with a natural birth. And her number one recommendation was to exercise, stay active, and keep your body physically healthy, because it can feel like a marathon to go through labor. As it was explained to me again, first time birth experience here, haven't had it yet, but it can feel like a lot on your body. And so staying physically active can help you push through when things get challenging. So I do focus on physical activity every day. Prenatal yoga, I have heard, reduces your labor time scientifically. So I've been incorporating that, as well as a lot of walking and stretching and just general being active throughout the day, not trying to sit too long and keeping my blood flow up. Another thing I'm doing for myself physically is going to a pregnancy specializing chiropractor. This was recommended to me by my doula, and it is just to prepare your body, make sure your body's in alignment so that it can carry the baby healthily. You can avoid pain down the line as your bump starts to grow, and it can also help the baby get into the proper alignment when that time comes. And for me, I'm starting in my second trimester, just in case there are any things I need to work on alignment-wise in my body to hopefully avoid any back pain or prepare me as much as I can to have a good alignment, posture, and positioning when the birth time comes. The last thing I am focusing on is education. I feel like I'm one of those people who does a lot better when I have information, and it's a big part of my preparation, just knowing that lots of things can happen and getting myself mentally prepared to focus on what is important, which is having a healthy baby and being healthy after that for the baby, and not being too attached to a specific outcome. Because I think that stress and feeling like it needs to be natural and it needs to be a certain way will not be helping my birth experience in any way. So I'm focusing on just opening up my mind, working as much as I can for what I'm working for and what I want, which is a natural childbirth, but also staying open to the goal, which is a healthy baby and hopefully a healthy mom to take care of that baby. So those are the things I have been doing in my second trimester. I plan to make another video about the third trimester as things get closer. If you like this video, please comment, let me know what you liked about it, what you want to see in my pregnancy journey, my holistic pregnancy journey, mind, body, or spirit. And like this video, share with anyone you know in their second trimester who's also trying to work toward a natural birth, and let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.